I'm very honored to invite our first speaker, Mr. King Lai. He is the CFO and Group Director of New Paper Group Hong Kong Limited. King is a key member of the management team at a packaging company where he oversees the finance and audit department, procurement and supply management department, legal department, and he is also responsible for the group human resources and administration in Hong Kong. You have a lot of work. As the managing director of Neo United, he is also responsible for the sales and business development. King also holds various leadership positions in professional associations related to the print and media industry, including the Hong Kong Printer Association, the Institute of Print Media Professional, and the World Print and Communication Forum. Today, his presentation topic is developing a sustainable production environment. May I invite King, sir? Thank you, King, sir. I pass the mic and the controller to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Certainly, I may overrun. So
you do have time.
So stop me when my time came up. Okay. It is my tremendous honor to have a chance to share our story with everyone here. The topic is how we embed sustainability into our corporate strategy. This is the table of content. Very slight introduction about Leo. Don't worry about that. And a very brief introduction of myself. More importantly, we'll focus on our sustainable value because this is a key part. And then various green and sustainable finance, as well as award and recognition. Last year was our 40th year's anniversary. When we start off our businesses in early 1982, we were a newly formed company with only 8 people altogether. So we start from scratch. Very luckily, after all this 41 years of hard work, we became one of the largest printing conglomerates, not only in Hong Kong, but as well as in Asia Pacific. Very proud to mention to you that over 97% of our growth are coming from organic growth. So there is very little, if none, of M&A part of that growth. This is about myself. You can look at the website to get more. And on the right-hand side, and I am very honored to receive this Outstanding Green Achiever, the Hong Kong Award for the Environmental Excellence in 2021. But that award was presented to me last month, okay, probably due to the pandemic. Let's look at our Leo Paper Group committed in our 6 sustainable values. First, start off with quality. Quality is the foundation of everything we do, not only in manufacturing, as well as the services that we provide. Okay, I think this is a very basic. Second, people. I think everybody will talk about people, the development, the training, so on and so forth. But that's an old saying, how good is the company is depend on its people. Because corporation is just a group of people all together. And also, how much water a wooden barrel can contain is depend on the shortest piece of wood. Okay, so the company, how good is company is not based on the best people. It's based on its weakest part, the shortest link. So it's very important that we constantly improve, we constantly develop everyone, not only the senior management, as well as everyone. Ethic is the basic element, okay? Many times as a CFO, we do come across some of those ethical issues or ethical scenario. Quite honestly, if a company is ethical, you can attract ethical person around you. So as the Chinese say, 行得正就企得正，行唔正就企唔正㗎啦。Okay, sorry about that. And for the community, we as a corporate citizen, we really devote ourselves into our community. As the old saying goes, if China is getting strong, Hong Kong will get the benefit, as well as people in Hong Kong will also share the result. So we are part of the community, okay? And that link cannot be separated. Not to mention about the environment. And I have extract a definition of sustainability development from some website, but I like this one the best. Sustainability development means the development that meet the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So therefore, we must preserve our natural resources and treasure them. Relationship is very key part. Harmony and mutual respect. But unfortunately, in the today world, we have too many conflict worldwide. Not to mention the US and China, the political conflict. We see major strike in France. We rarely see any strike in Israel, but you probably heard that on the YouTube or the world news. There are so much and so many conflicts out there. We do need a more harmony, more respectable world. Let's go hit the SDG. As Phyllis already mentioned, there's a 17 criteria. So Leo was looking back and saying that, can I pass that SDG report? So we look at ourselves and say, how much we have achieved. So based on that 17 criteria, we have produced a SDG report. And this report you can download from our website, okay? Both in traditional simplified Chinese as well as in English version as well. So out of this SDG, we have committed 14 out of 17. Let's go through one. Let's just go through one by one. Let's highlight a few of them. We try to tie in this 17 or 14 criteria into our 6 core values. So if you look into very on the left bottom side, you see 6 different colors. The orange one is the ethic, the light blue is the environmental, the dark blue is the people or the audience, the other orange color is the community, dark blue will be the relationship, the last one is the quality. We try to tie in these 14 criteria we have worked hard on with our 6 core values. Okay. Oh. Let's use one of these on the left-hand side on the quality education. Since 2010, we have invested over 200 million in our own vocational technical school. And that school is fully funded by our company and is located in our own factory. It currently have close to 3,000 full-time students. Okay. More than that, we have partnered with Peilab Daihok with its diploma as well as degree program. So allowing our students as well as our colleagues to continue their study. This is how we go about our sustainability. This is our structure. Many have asked us how we're able to launch this sustainability in our own organization. I think that is 3 commitments here. First, making sure your big boss, okay, group chairman are fully committed. The reason is very simple, because sustainability requires money. It requires resources, management time. It requires a lot of cooperation. So therefore, making sure your big boss are fully committed in this kind of program. Not just saying it, but really willing to pay the bills, okay? And then you also, second, you need to have a good, solid foundation. In our cases, we call the Green Harmony Committee. We have a team of senior management. In fact, I was head of this committee. They're overseeing the management system, risk and internal audit, making sure it's fully compliant, cooperation and communication with our stakeholder, customer, and supplier, as well as the community, and internal culture and promotions, very key part, making sure not just the senior management, but as well as everyone in our organization have the same belief. Underneath is the corporate governance, ethic, very key and important of this whole sustainability. Labor and human rights, not to mention about the environmental issue, fair practices, consumer issue in terms of product and safety quality, community participation, making sure everyone in line with our target. We are still a private company, but we like to benchmark ourselves as a listed public company. So since 2009, we have published ESG report, just like any listed company. In fact, this report is audited by a third party annually. Want to share with you our full commitment in terms of environmental. We have set a very aggressive target. By 2025, we have set a 4+5 goals. I don't go through the major 4 ones. The first one is the VOC, the air pollutant. We are committed to reduce more than 80%. Hazardous waste, reduce further 60%. CO2 or greenhouse gas by further 25%. Industrial used water, reduce 25%. You will wonder why we choose 2019 as our base year. If you still remember, we suffered 3.3 years more of pandemic. In fact, 2019 is a full year without any pandemic. So we talk about this as a normal year, okay? So we want to use the normal year as the benchmarking. Because during the pandemic, there's a lot of issue, figure is outliner. And in fact, you could extract this commitment from our website. So this is a public information. And also for the renewable energy, we have factory not only in China as well as in Vietnam. This is a real photo of our Yunnan factory. You could see we occupy 6 factories, those with the solar panel. We installed this solar panel in 2020. It generates renewable energy more than 4 million kilowatt hour. And by doing so, we are able to reduce our carbon footprint by further 3,600 tons per year. More than that, in our large factory in China, we are committed to install solar panel as well. This project will be completed by this year. The total coverage will be more than 100,000 square meters. With renewable energy should be generating more than 10 million kilowatt hour and further reduce our carbon footprint by 5,200 metric tons per year. This is the water treatment. You would say, what's so surprised about this? Because this is by law that you must have the wastewater treatment. The key part is since 1994. You should still remember the good old day. There's no law or regulation or anything. You could literally do anything you want, but no. Our factory was established in 1994. We have our first wastewater treatment by then. Not required by law, because we believe we should do it. We are committed on the carbon net zero commitment. And how do we go about this? 喺中國嘅韶關，we have a long-term lease over 6,000 acres of forestry land. We have already planted over 100,000 trees there. We are committed annually to plant 15,000 trees every year. I hope that could reduce our carbon footprint. Furthermore, making sure not only the company doing it, everybody with our stakeholder engaged with this meaningful activity. Actually, the tree planting has been doing it every single year. I just highlighted for the last 3 years. In 2020, we and as our stakeholder went to Taipo, 大埔嘅嘉道理農場。That you are welcome to do it. Okay, have the tree planting, and you could see the photo on the right-hand side. You could imagine the differences between 7 years. On the bottom ones is an actual photo taken in 2013. The upper one is the same area, is taken on 2020. So you could see a significant green improvement over there. Just a little thing we can do together. And then in 2021 and 2022, we went to Ma'anshan for the tree planting. They have a very good program. I do highly recommend that. You could name your tree, okay? And they also will guide you the tree that you planted last year, okay? So you can home groom them, care for them annually, okay? And it's like watching your baby grow. It's really a lot of meaning to it. And also this is a very good social engagement with your staff as well as your stakeholder. One thing, those are very expensive projects. They do charge quite a bit. Okay? And this is this year, March, it's 2023. Sorry, this is a typo, just recently, a few weeks ago. This is our colleague that actually went to our Xiuguan forestry. Over hundreds of our colleagues do the tree planting. So making sure this is a total staff engagement, working toward the same goal. Besides that, on the relationship, we have a scholarship with 保良局 since 2011. So why so special about this scholarship? Our scholarships is given not the poorest, because the poorest, those we live below the poverty line, have a lot of safety net. Okay. Our scholarship is not given to the highest achiever, because they also receive a lot of scholarship to many famous colleges. We focus on so-called the sandwich class. Those families just above poverty line, that they do not receive any government subsidy. And those students are not the brightest, okay? But they're good quality students. Okay, good quality student. Just don't receive any benefits. We call it in Hong Kong the sandwich class. So we target this sandwich class and give that scholarship. And 保良局 told us that nobody will look after the sandwich class, and we are really the first one. Second, we invite those recipients of our scholarship to our factory, okay, and to have a full understanding why we set up this scholarship. And the reason why we set up this scholarship is very simple, because our founder did not have a chance to educate them. Okay, so he believed education is very important. He wanted making sure that he can pass on, making sure from generation to generation that those needed can receive a good quality education. On the right-hand side, obviously, we have a lot of activity in our PRC, not only in the Chinese New Year, Dragon Boat Day, Mid-Autumn Festival, so on and so forth. We have the voluntary team both in Hong Kong as well as in China. And those are the work that we do. We have the recycling, the fresh fruit and vegetable. We clean the shoreline in Taipo. And we also joined the Green Council, the Green One vote on 2021 and 2022, okay? On the right-hand side, we're very proud of this project. And we joined one of the, we joined the Standard Chartered Bank 5-person soccer team, soccer competition. After 3-year hard work, we won the local championship. And the prize of being the winner is that they will send the entire team free of charge to Liverpool. And we played the world competition in Anfield. So the right picture is we actually stand on the very beautiful grass on Anfield Stadium. We actually play real soccer with other teams around the world. And we have the best Hong Kong record. We were the first runner-up. That means the second prize. And for the people Leolian, obviously we have those are the photos for our cafeteria and the dining. We have special care for the maturity pregnant workers, and we have a birthday celebration, a lot of event, social event in our factory. For the community, as I mentioned, we have invested over 200 million in our vocational school. That's a photo of our school. I want to spend a bit more time on the Leo Love Workshop. We have hired over hundreds of physically handicapped or mentally disabled person in China for the last 2 decades. And they are actually very good worker, but somehow due to the limitation, and we specially care for them, making sure the workplace they work are free entrance, okay, without any barrier. And for those have the autism, in fact, they can perform well, but somehow they have some ability to adopt new things. So we will specially make the production line to special give for this type of people. And if they do one thing, continue on one thing, and they like it, by the way, and they perform really well. Now, what happened is that for those people used to be a burden for the society because they somehow, without that special caring, they cannot perform to their best. Now they become a valuable part, a big asset for the community. Rather than receiving benefit from the community, they're contributing. Okay, so it become a triple win. First, they win. They got meaningful from the work. Second, our corporation win because we have a good people. Third, by changing from liability into asset, the community win. And furthermore, on the last page for the firefighting team, in fact, this firefighting team are fully paid for by our company. And actually, the station is inside our factory as well. Furthermore, beside the vocational training school, we also partner with Beijing Printing University for a postdoctorate program, making sure on both ends we have projects to advance and our R&D. This is a very meaningful story because as a manufacturer, we have a lot of overrun surplus items. In fact, we have over 10,000 pieces of this wonderful, brand new, clean, safe, fresh toy. Before, we probably will throw away and those items will be in the landfill. Because we have a close relationship with Bolango. So we partner them, work with them, over 20 schools, from elementary, kindergarten, all the way to high school. Those are the actual photo taken, okay, the recipient. I was told a true story from a high school principal, and I thought that story is quite meaningful. The school installed called the claw machine. Okay, you probably have seen it in Japan. there's a lot of flush toy inside. You need a token, okay? And the school started this program. For those students able to improve themselves, they will be awarded a 1 token. And the token, you could use the claw machine to grab the toy. Not necessarily successful, but if you try a few times, you could get 1. Because of that, the principal told me many students want to get this token. So they work hard. They improve themselves, okay? And obviously, this is a good incentive. And once it becomes a positive attitude among the school. So the principal told me that because of this program, he saw a lot of students constantly improve themselves. And I thought this is quite meaningful that we can able to use literally valueless items. Those items probably will be in the landfill and generate some meaningful and very positive result. And this is our internal activity, party, BBQ. Obviously, every company do that. In terms of quality, besides the school, we also have a third-party international recognized laboratory in-house as well. I think this is one of the kind or the first one in the printing industry. In terms of management system, we have over 20 some in covering both quality, environmental, social responsibility, as well as the risk management. Okay, this is my part because as a CFO, I will stop here. I'm very proud to share that with you, our achievement. In 2018, Leo is the first private company to have the green loan certified by a third party, the first one in kind. In 2019, Leo Paper is the first company in Hong Kong to complete green financing for 2 consecutive years. Nobody have done that before. In 2021, Leo should be the first because they cannot recognize that. They say you are the first batch of the Hong Kong company, including listed or non-listed, eligible for the Green and Sustainable Finance Grant Scheme of the Hong Kong MA, entitling it to a full subsidy for all external review servicing, up to 800,000. All three green loans together, we are able to raise 1.15 billion of Hong Kong dollar. Because of this portion of the loan is being green, we are able to for the company to save over tens of millions of dollars in terms of interest. In June 2022, Bank of East Asia entered its first sustainability linked loan with Leo Paper. And in July 2022, Hang Seng Bank first green trade facility arranged for paper and printing industry in Hong Kong with Leo. Loan size 100 billion. If my time's up, let me know. Obviously, because of this great achievement, we do receive numerous of green and sustainable finance award from Hong Kong QAA. This is the actual first one of the green trade facility. The special of this, because this is certified by a third party SGS. And this is the first of its kind in Hong Kong. Mentioned about the BEA, this is the first deal with the Bank of East Asia as well. For the Standard Chartered Bank, we achieved the first SLL, both green trade as well as forex, first of its kind. We received a warm welcome from its group CEO, Bill Wintons. You can see the email on the right-hand side. I think I should stop here then. Okay, yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, King Sir. In case of any audience, you have any question, you can put it in the Q&A box, or you for the audience aside, you may also just raise your hand. If you are thinking of question, then maybe I ask a question for you, King Sir. In fact, you have so a lot of green investment, but definitely cost is always an issue to implement green measure. How do you lead the change?
Now, in the past, it's very difficult because in the past, that means 10, 20 years ago, when we talk about green environmental, it means expenses, costly, high cost. But with the technology and R&D, green today means cost saving. A very good example is LED light. Okay, I think everybody should install LED light bulb at home and office and everywhere else, because you generate the same lighting, but with significantly less energy. Same thing goes for a lot of machine, air conditioning. Like you should install the latest model air conditioning because it saves 25–30% of energy every single night. Okay, so with the high energy cost nowadays, so it is a lot easier, simple to invest on green project because you could do the financial calculation easily.
Yeah, but frankly speaking, if it's so simple, then I think the global situation, I mean the global CO2 level will not be so high nowadays. There must be some, I believe most of the organizations still face the challenge of proposing a green solution, but at a high cost and get the management endorsement.
Oh, I think this is the key points of management endorsement. Let me launch this program, like the solar panel.
Okay.
This is you don't need a qualified accountant to do the solar panel calculation. On average, the solar panel will give you a payback around 4 or 5 years. So for any project that have a payback period less than 5 years, typically we will go for it, even with a high interest rate. Okay. So this is no brainer to do solar panel altogether. But you will ask why? How come the solar panel is not really pushing it, launching it, both in China or even in Vietnam? I would say the management is too busy with other things.
Okay. Yeah. Too busy with other things.
Yeah.
And sustainability somehow may not be the first part.
Exactly. The sustainability and it's not that the highest priority.
Yeah.
Right. If sustainability and green is one of your highest priority, then the whole thing will be changes. I think it's a priority wise.
Yeah, this is trouble.
Yeah.
But you do overcome a lot of trouble. Yeah.
Well, as I mentioned, the green and sustainability is really part of our DNA. So as I mentioned, back in 1994, we were the first to have the wastewater treatment.
And what can you engage? How can you engage your stakeholder to support your project? Yeah, because all this kind of project need a lot of change.
Quite honest, it's very easy. Now let me talk about stakeholder. Okay, we have internal management or shareholder. We are fully committed internally. Okay. And then customer. Quite honestly, all the customer want you to be more green. Okay. And then community, government, they also want you to become greener. So that's no issue. Okay. And then the problem is the supplier. But that's a trend. The trend is become more green. So I think, yes, that was an issue, but now should not be an issue. I think everybody work together, like Green Council now pushing it, the SDG, a lot of programs are going forward. So I think the supply chain have become more green, and especially for the bank. Now, you know, the bank calling it green financing, SLL, really pushing all the business community into more green. So I think the positive momentum is here. Yeah.
One final question. Time is up. We have a lot of SME.
Oh.
They don't have a lot of money. Then how should they start?
Oh, the answer is
a lot of suppliers are very small.
Well, couple of things. As always say, always do the hanging fruit, the easiest part. Example, if you ask any energy consultant, they will tell you this: your air conditioning will cost you $20 of your total energy cost. So first thing, look at your air conditioning system or insulation. Okay, second, doing a very simple thing like solar. Okay, third, look at your lighting. Okay, those are the very simple part. Okay, and if you're in the manufacturing like us, look at the air leaking because we use the air pump, central air pump. Okay, can you centralize your air pump? Can you, no, not only that, a lot of time your energy costs are for the leaking part. The low here.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So making sure you don't leak, making sure your cool air don't leak out. You save a lot of energy already, and those are immediately payback.
Yeah, don't need anything.
Don't need to do a lot of
water or money.
no, those have a very quick positive payback period, and give you the incentive to invest rather than look at those expenses. Think of it as an ROI, return on investment.
Yeah,
and then the whole thing will change from negative to positive.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Kingston.